Hello and welcome to the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Personal space? Anyway. Right. What is our next task? Speak with Quarian. I mean, we are close by, might as well do that. We are magical. Your vampire blood boils. Of course it does. You know, I wish I could just say, I know what it does, stop telling me. But it doesn't matter. We have things to do. The Archmage's quarters.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm.
I mean, you stopped time. Of course I'm gonna take advantage of it. We're gonna talk in a moment, no worries. This is just like the vampire vision. What is this? Imperial report of something. And some meat. 14 gold. Wow, this guy really likes his wines, doesn't he? Cool. Anyway, let's talk.
It is good to meet you in person.
What do you want with me?
I merely wish to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Oncano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
You know, you haven't given me a single reason why I should trust you and your order.
I presume you refer to Oncano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Thalmor see our order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm.
Oh, that's reassuring. What's your problem?
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
What do you expect me to do then?
We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunmer here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Who is Augur?
He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different.
Fine, where can I find this Augur?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry. Were you about to say something?
You must excuse me. I shouldn't be here.
Oh,
Well, what is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here's you.
well, that was fun. Let's ask some of the people here. Like the librarian. He should have knowledge, after all he keeps books. If he ever opens one of those books, maybe he'll learn something.
Divine smile. You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
Restoration is a perfectly The augur? Tragic story, really. At least the way I heard it. But that was a long time ago. It was some experiment gone horribly wrong. Ghastly results, I was told. And his ghost still roams the halls, they say. Of course, on further reflection, that may have simply been an attempt to scare me. Perhaps I'll ask Tolfdir what really happened. I understand he was here at the time.
Oh, Tolfdir, you mean the only useful college member.
Until next time.
Oi.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection.
Any college business
It's
I can
going to
assist
stay-
with?
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
Very well.
Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
I'm looking for an Elder Scroll. Do you have one?
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about?
Of course I do. Do you have one?
You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it.
Oh, I was hoping you could help. I mean, people did say that you were smart.
I don't know who told you that, but I'll do what I can. What we do have are plenty of books. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture.
Cool.
Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
Oh, Matt, you allow drinks in the library? What kind of a... Never mind. Urg's notes. Book, Children of the Sky, location... Oh, I'm sorry. That's something else. Psychological of something else. That Dance with Fire, we already read that. Assassin's Right. Did he give me anything? Or did he just place it here? Yeah. We know the effects of the Elder Scrolls. We've already read this one. May this serve as a useful standing point for those hoping to take up such study. Ruminations of the Elder Scrolls by Septimus Cygnus, College of Winterhold. Septimus Cygnus, eh? Imagine living beneath the waves with a strong-sided blessing and most excellent fabric, holding the fabric over your gills. You would begin to breathe drink its warmth and warmth through the palmatar fibers imbue your soul. The wretched plankstone would pollute the cloth until it stank, and heavens and prophecy. This is one manner in which the scrolls first came to pass, but are we as the sea, or the breather of the fabric? Or are we the breather itself? Okay, I don't know what this overpoetic nonsense was all about, but I'm gonna give you a chance. Can you flow through the scrolls as knowledge flows through? Being the water or we the sunk morsels of the sea flight and the glitter on the edge, imagine again this time but different, a bird cresting the wind and lifted by gust and down by stone. But the stone can't come above. If the bird is upside down, where then did the gust come from? And which direction did the gods send either has been bird? Decreed their presence by her own mint-making. Yes, it's a lot of nonsense, so I'm gonna read it like I don't care. The O sides of the scrolls makes a turning to the mind such as the relative positions are absolute in their primacy. I ask you again to imagine for me, this time you are beneath the ground. A tiny acorn, planted by some well-meaning elf maiden on the woodlands of her pleasure. You wish to grow, but fear what you may become, so you push off the water, dirt and sun to stay in your hole. But it is the very pushing that you become a tree, in spite of yourself. How did this happen? I'm sorry, who wrote this? Septimus Cygnus. Some idiot. The anchor is a kind of a tree egg in this instance, and the knowledge is water and sun. We are the chicken inside the egg, but also the dirt. The knowledge from the scrolls is what the push against to become full-sided of ourselves. One final imagining before your mind closes from the shock of ever knowing. You are now a flame burning bright blue with a vast emptiness in time. You see your brothers and sisters burning in their own and distance and alone your side. A sea of pinpins, a constellation of memories, each burns bright and flickers, then two more take its place, but not forever last. The void filled erased light that's stuck in that thought. Each of our minds is actually the emptiness, and the learning of the scrolls are the pinpoints. Without their subtling light, my consciousness would be as a vast nothingness, and knowing its emptiness as a void is a knowing of itself. But the burning are dangerous, and must be carefully tended and mended, and thus to themselves and spread to their siblings. Let me just remember the name, because I really don't think this guy deserves any respect whatsoever. Septimus Cygnus. Leave it. Don't even want that book. It's garbage. Okay, we have so many things we need to do. Find copy of Children of the Sky. Hey Catman, what are you doing?
Gisargo regrets there was no chance to speak with the Sijic monk.
He's still here, dude. You can go and talk to him. So what do you do? Nothing important, it seems.
No one's heard from the Physic Order in so many years. Hard to believe one would just suddenly show up here.
Well, I'm very important, you see. Hey, Todev.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you?
Okay.
Until next time.
We know where the midden is. We've been there.
One of the Sijiks was
It's
here in the
always
college?
encouraging to see the younger generations embracing...
Can you use a hand?
Well, yes. This is rather embarrassing, but it seems I've misplaced something. I can't find my alembic. I suppose I could use another one, but... Well, it sounds silly, but mine has sentimental value. If you happen to see it, would you mind bringing it to me?
Yes.
Ah, yes, there it is. Thank you so much.
Honestly, I actually have it because I couldn't let it go of it, and that's why you lost it?
You already know all that I know. The college will be here for you. Well now, are you going to see him? Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful. Take care now.
Anyway, so... What are you doing here, freak? I do wish to fight someone with my vampiric powers. They make me feel so powerful and so pretty. But seriously, being a vampire seems like the best decision I have ever made. I can grow the midden. Yes, of course it's empty, we've already cleaned it out. No alchemy stuff. The midden dark. Ooh, the dark midden. Or midden dark. It's like a coffee, you know. I think. I don't know how coffee works.
Where'd you come from?
Relax, it's fine. Where'd you go, weakling?
Perseverance will only lead to disappointments.
Okay.
Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
Hello. My, that's bright. Are you Augur?
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek.
And what is it that I'm seeking?
You seek that which all who wield magic seek. Knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Altmer sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others.
You know, I just realized you're kinda weird. So I'm not the first to come and see you.
Though you may be the last, the one who calls himself Unkano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one
untraveled by many. It is a path that could save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further.
Okay, what do I need?
You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
You honestly said nothing. And he's gone. Was that all a dream? Or maybe just a hallucination because I drink too much blood? I should stop drinking the blood of drug addicts. Ooh, a chest. Vigorous health, okay. I captured your soul. Ooh, a spider. One-handed 94. Cool. Do I need to get those things? Not bad. Hanging moss, not bad as well. Leg of a goat. Hello. Relic middle finger.
Where'd you come from? Done and done.
Yeah, I know, I killed them. Ooh, a sweet row. It must be good. Rerum Diranis. I am 611 years old. I have never had children of my own, but I have many nieces and nephews, and cousins who have been raised with the talents and traditions of our ancient illustrious, an occasional notorious clan, the Rani. Few families in Tamriel can boast so many famous figures, wielding so much power over the fate of so many. Our warriors and kings are stuff of legend. It's not our dismiss their honor, their achievements to say. You have heard quite enough about them. I myself have never picked up a sword or written an important law, but I am part of a lesser known but still important Nari tradition, the way of the wizard. My own autobiography will be of little interest to pleasantry, though my nephew, nieces and cousins indulge me to tell wild tales of life in the chaotic second era of Tamriel. Chaotic. But I have a few ancestors whose stories should be told. They may have changed history as well as drastically as the better known relatives, but their names are in danger of being forgotten. Most recently, Lysandus, the king of Daggerfall, was able to conquer his ancient enemies in Santiel, in part thanks to his court sorceress, Medara Direni. Her grandfather, Njorvron Direni, was Imperial battle mage to the court of Dunmer, Empress of Tamriel Cathariach, assisting her in creating peace in a time of turmoil. This great-great-grandfather, Felidus Direni, had a similar role with the first potentate and the encourage of the Guild Act, without which we would not have all the professional organization we have today. His ancestor many times back was the rich Raven Dirani, who, with her better-known cousins Aiden and Rain, brought the end to tyranny in the latter Alessian Empire before the sieges of Arretium, and it said she created the art of enchantment, learning how to bind a soul into a gem and use it as an essential of all manners of weaponry. Enchantment. But it is the story of an ancestor even more ancient and more distant than Raven I wish to tell. Asliel Dirani harkens back to the humble beginning of our clan, in a tiny farming village of Teorgao in the banks of the river Moose, which was the code that the Iran hence them fondly name, like all the Somerset Isles in those days. He was a simple planter of the field, but while others only grew enough to sustain their immediate kin, even distant cousins of the Dirani worked together. They would deceive as a group which fled where best of wheat, orchard, vines, livestock or apiary, and thereby always have the best fields of the farm, which worked alone, doing the best as it could with what it had. Adalei had a particularly poor farm for most kind of agriculture, but small herbs found its stony, lumbless Arctic soil very comfortable. Out of necessity, more than anything else, he became an expert in all manners of herbs. For the most part, of course, they were used in lavering cooking, but as you know already, any plant grows on the surface of our world without a magical potential. Even so long ago, witches already were existence. It would be ridiculous for me to suggest that Alicia Dirani invented alchemy. What he can all be grateful for, we can all be grateful for, is that he formulated it into an art and science. There were no witches' convents in Tangao, and of course there would be no mage guilds yet for thousands of years, so people would come to him for cures. He learned for himself the exact formula for combining black lichen, rubbish, and create a cure for all manners of poison, and the amount of willow, another to crush the mix with chuckweed and cure diseases. There were few much greater threats in Tigral in these peaceful days than disease or accidental poisonings. Yes, there were some dark forces in the wilderness, trolls, chimeras, the occasional malevolent fairy folk that will all the wisp. And will all wisp. Okay, I will call it will wisp because that's a strange way to put it. Will or the wisp. Anyway. But even the youngest, most foolish Altmer knew how to avoid them. There were, however, a few unusual threats which Alessiel had to hand in defeating. One of the tales told of him that I believe to be true is how he was brought a young niece who had the suffering from an unknown disease. Despite his mistrusts, she grew weaker and weaker every morning. Finally, he gave her a bitter-tasting drink, and the next morning ashes were found all around her bed. A vampire had been feeding on her poor girl, but Alessiel's potion had turned her very blood into poison without harming her in the least. Ooh! If only this formula had not been lost in the mists of history. It's holy water, dude. He imbued her blood with holy water. This would have been enough to make him a minor of significant figure in the annals of early Somerset, but at that point in history a barbarian tribe called the Lafcar had found their way down the Daron River and recognized Targrel as a rich target for raids. The Dirani, not being warriors yet, but simple farmers, were helpless and could only flee and watch in despair. The Lafcar take the beast and crop, raid after raid. Asliel, however, had been experimenting with vampire dust and brought his cousins to bed to him with a plan. The next time Lacrovar were sighted on Duran, the word went that the most able-bodied came to Alessiel's laboratory. When the barbarians arrived in Taigao, they found the forms deserted and assumed that all had fled as usual. As they set about stealing the bounty, they suddenly found themselves under attack by invisible forces. Believing the Dirani farmers to be haunted, they ran away very quickly. Indeed, if you combine vampiric blood with Charos eggs, you can create a potion of invisibility. It is a well-known fact to me, even today. They attempted a few more raids for their greed, would always eventually overpower their fear, and each time they were set upon by attackers who they could not see. As barbaric as they were not stupid, and they changed their minds about the source of their defeat. It could not be that the farms were haunted because the crops were still being tended and harvested, and animals seemed to show no fear. The Lacroix decided to send a scout to the farm to see if he could spy the secrets. The scout sent word back to Lacroix that the Rani farms were populated with flesh and blood entirely visible. Altmer, he continued, to which as the barbarians' cohorts moved down the river, and he saw the elderly and children flee from the hills, while the able-bodied farmers and their wives went to Alessio's laboratory. He saw them go in. He saw no one come out. As usual, the Lacroix were repelled by invisible forces. But their scout soon told them what he saw happening in the laboratory. The next night, 2 of the Lacroix approached Alessio's farm very stealthily and managed to kidnap him without alerting the rest of the Rani. The Lacroix chieftain, knowing that the farmers could no longer count on the alchemist to make them invisible, considered an immediate attack on the farms. But he was a vengeful sort and fled and felt he had been humiliated by the simple farmers. A crafty plan emerged in his mind. What if the Rani, who always saw his brethren tribe coming for once, did not? Imagine the slaughter if no one even had a chance to flee. The scouts had told the chieftain that Alessia had used the dust of vampire to make the farmers invisible. I see where this is going. For you see, there are certain mixtures that can create invisibility potions that will also poison the one who drinks them. It is a curse upon everyone. Still, let's see where this is going. But he was not sure what the other ingredient had been. He descended on incandescent powder, and Alessio had mixed into the dust. Rielle, of course, refused to help the Lacroix, but they were experts in torture as well as pillage, and he knew he would have to talk or die. Finally, after hours of torture, he agreed to tell them what the incandescent powder was. Incandescent powder was. He did not know the name, but called it glow dust. The only remains of a slain will-o'-the-wisp, he told them. They would need a lot of it if they wanted to turn the whole tribe invisible for the raid. The Lacroix grumbled, and not only did they have to find and kill the vampire to attain his dust, but find and kill several will-o'-wisps too as well, to get theirs. In a few days' time they came back with the ingredients. The alchemist asked for the chieftain, not being a complete idiot, made Alessio taste the potion first. He did as he was told and turned invisible, demonstrating that indeed truly works. The chieftain put him to work, creating more. No one apparently noticed that while he did, he was nibbling on block lichen and radish. The Lacroix took the potion as he doled it out, and soon, but not too soon, they didn't suffer. They all died. Giant lichen. Yes, that is also something I remember. The scout who had seen Alessio mixing the invisible potion had apparently mistook the glow of the candlelight in the laboratory for incandescences, which the second ingredient of the invisible potion did not possess. The second ingredient was actually those simple redwood, one of the most common herbs in Rielle. When they had instead, during the torture, had Alessio tell them what the incandescent powder was, Alessio remembered that he had once experimented mixed glow dust and vampire dust together once and created a powerful poison. It was simple enough to steal a light redwood from the Hungarians' camp, mix them with a vampire and glow dust, and create a potion that was in fact an invisibility poison. After curing himself, he gave the potion to the barbarians. The Lacroix, being dead, never again raided the Rani farms, and having no other enemies, they were able to grow more and more prosperous and powerful. Generations later, they left Somerset and began their historic adventure on the Tamriel mainland. As Leo the Mani because of his excellence as alchemist, was invited in Arcanum and became a Psijic. It is not known how many more of the common formulas we know today were invented by him. But I have no doubt the science and art of alchemy, as well known as today, would not exist without him. But that is all the distant past. Lysel's innovations, like my modest ones, like the achievements of the Darenes throughout history, are but a sample stone of the wonders which will come in the future. I wish I could be there to witness them, but if I can only share some of the past with the children of Dareni and the children of Tamriel, then I will consider my life well spent. That was a wonderful story, actually. Giant Legion. I do believe I have those. Apparently not. Well, I do know that I have some planted in my house, so I could use those to create some poisons myself. Okay, go back to the midden. There was an exit that led to Skyrim. I mean, I will probably never go there myself, but it's fine. Pedestal. Yeah, I know, I like required items. But they don't matter, I can always look them up in a library. Okay. Now that I have had some time to breathe, let's go talk to the Archmage and give him an information which we never cared about.
Please don't bother the Arch. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. No more than anyone else, I don't think. They're a very old order. Predated the Imperial Mages Guild by quite a bit. In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Psijic Order, that only an elite few should have control over magic. No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though.
Okay.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Yes, it must be. You know, maybe I should send you home.
Do you need something? Oh, alright. Goodbye then.
We shall walk together again at some point.
Day-to-day operations are my responsibility, which... Mine is not a popular position, but someone needs to keep things running smoothly around here.
Okay, where do I need to go to speak with anyone who has my best interest in mind? Not here. Well, there is only one room left, so I hope it's there. Okay. Nope. Just so we are sure. Ask Urak about the insane book. Oh, I can do that. Well, no wonder that book was so terrible then. Oh, great, the dragon is back. Well, I guess it's time for us to kill him again. First. No, where was it? Storm Throw. And Let's summon a bow. Oh no, that hurt. Okay, stop doing that. Yeah, I can take your flames. I'm not sure I'm hitting him. Oh, that definitely missed. Come on, you stupid lizard. Oh, it seems like she actually has a spell to summon a Dremora Lord. Come on, land, you coward. Okay, that was interesting. So many spells are falling on him. This is amazing. I have a question for you. How long do you think you're gonna stand there and just avoid damage? Either land here and fight like a dragon, or you will die. Seems like you prefer dead. It's not even just dead, it's also dishonor. Come on, dragon, land. I don't even know what you're firing at. He will die soon enough. My archer increased to level 52. Crush and burn, dragon. Crush and burn. Seems like he doesn't consider me the biggest threat in here, which is a mistake considering that I am stronger than everyone else. You decided to land there, did you? I'm not gonna judge, I'm just gonna shoot you with arrows until you die. Come on. He's not even gonna yell at me. This is no fun at all. Yeah, just shoot, 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 hide, shoot, 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 hide. Fighting a dragon. Such an exciting journey. Don't even need to hide with this guy, he just never shoots at us back, so... You just have to wait until he dies of old age. Oh, finally! Really? I was healing! Bloody hell. That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair at all. Forget it. I'm not fighting this guy again.
Who's there?
No one. Wait. Why do you keep following me? You know, I definitely need to create some potions, just because dragons die so difficultly. Yeah. Killing dragon is a difficult job, and I need some poisons to make it easier. Hey, my horse is here. That's cool. That's my horse, right? Indeed it is. Alright, where should we go? Whitehelm. Put out the fires in Solitude Lighthouse. I could do that. What do you want here? Find the stolen... Wait, wasn't I there before? Gain access to Pelagia's palace. Investigate the Gaudur legend. Retrieve a razor. Come on. Steal a statue of Debella. Go to the Shrine of Talos. Investigate ruins of Akagrazm. Bring the last scabbard of Akrash to Gazara. Retrieve the Blade of Shards. For the razor. Okay, that's something we could do as well. Return to Sigia. Obtain ore samples from Filjar. Oh, he doesn't actually want to talk to me. Right. Let's go back there. So this place is a dragon magnet, which is fine. Just not gonna fight him. It's not my problem anymore. And that's why I'm actually upgrading health. This guy can kill me in one hit, in 2 hits actually, but still, it's far too powerful. Yes, I know I'm burning, it's not a big deal. Wait, are you the Archmage? Talk to me, man. Stupid dragons. Let's ask about the incident. I'm sorry, what did you just say? I have no idea what's going on here. Just shut up, everyone.
You've already lost.
Yeah, keep talking.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
This Ramaneta's book is incomprehensible.
Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls. But, well, He's been gone for a long while. Too long.
Okay, is he dead?
Oh no, I hope not. But even I haven't seen him in years, and we were close. Became obsessed with the Dremor. Took off north saying he had found some old artifact. Haven't seen him since. Somewhere in the ice fields, if you want to try to find him.
Okay, should I take the book as well?
You're no match for me.
Am I supposed to be looking for someone? Ah, there you are. Can we talk? No? Okay, I don't care.
Challenge me?
Alright, because we definitely need to restart the music. Okay, let's kill the bastard. So, you're just gonna land slightly above me to annoy me. Yeah, keep doing that. It's gonna be funny. Should know I'm actually not weak to fire. Even as a vampire, I have resistances to that stuff. Okay. Where is this? Storm throw. There's the bow. Okay. That's an awkward way to carry your magical arrows. You could probably summon them. I mean, the weapon is summoned. Aha! I'm slightly below you, which means you can't possibly get me. I could summon my own dragon. That won't help at all, but at least it would be funny. Come on, heal. At least my restoration is growing. A little. Bloody dragon. Fire and explosions. How are you still alive? Alright, he's a revered dragon. They have resistance to everything that has magic. He's kinda like me, except effective. Ooh. That seemed painful. You gonna try blowing fire at me, mate? That's not gonna work, unfortunately. That's okay. Keep firing at him. He'll be dead soon. Can't someone just deliver the finishing blow? There. I hit his weak spot for maximum damage. Okay, let's get down there and take his skin away. Pure.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Trust me, it is. I saw a ghost that told me nonsense and I actually have to tell the Archmage that nonsense.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Really? And what might that be?
We need to find the Staff of Magnus.
I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it.
It's connected to the orb we found.
And how do you know of this?
I spoke with Augur of Unwilling.
Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the Staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this.
Nah, I was making it up. I just came up with the word Staff and Magnus and put them together. I know it sounds very generic, but apparently it's a thing. What should I do next?
A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and you'll do quite well for yourself. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Mage's circlet. And what does it do? Huh. Anyway. Increases your magicka by 70 points. Ooh, 70. Well, I have one that increases with 72, so I'm superior than your pathetic circlet. Are you Mirabelle?
If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly.
What do you know about the Staff of Magnus?
Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking?
The Archmage said you'd mention it recently.
I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it, though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere.
Are you?
Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the Imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power.
So you don't know the staff's location, then?
No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
No one is ever cooperative with me. Use Kovazen's Fang to collect heart scale. Do I have that blade? Nope. I need to find it. And kill another dragon. Won't be the last, nor will be the easiest one to kill. After the 5th dragon, this becomes incredibly boring. Which is bad, because 5 dragons really are easy to come by. Find Septimus Cygnus. Okay. Let's go to the Madden and see if we can actually go down from there. Exit to Skyrim and seek out this Magnus, or whatever his name is. Hole of Attainment. Alright, wrong place to visit.
So you're off to find some staff now? I don't see the point of that.
I do like this one. She's hilarious. Ah, there we go. The midden. Alrighty. Just head down. And this way, I guess. Middendark. That's interesting, indeed. Right, spiders, webs and stuff. Is there anything interesting here? So this one leads to... Okay, that's fine. There is an enchanted glove in here. Quite a lot of skeletons. Ooh. Whoa, what the? We can't even surf on those guys. Right. I am fine. Sewed pile. And the Trosco, we don't need that. How did I get hurt from that? Okay. And further down we go. I can't find the exit now. Ah, there we go, finally. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna end this episode, and gonna see you all next time.